Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with all of the members of Colorvision. They have just shared their debut single titled Reckless, and I'm super excited to talk to them all about it. Guys, I want to individually thank you so much for coming on today. How are you doing?
Doing great.
Yeah,
Feels
doing well,
good.
man.
Awesome.
Stoked to be here.
Sweet. Super stoked to have you. I'm glad that we could have everyone here and talk about this. Are you all based in Southern California or is it spread out
Almost
along
almost
America?
everyone. I'm based in Brooklyn.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I live in Brooklyn and I have a studio there that I do a lot of the work out of for the music. And right now I'm in Florida, kind of hanging out with some dogs and just relaxing after our
Sweet.
last show.
Nice. Yeah, you guys were just at Okeechobee, is that right?
That's right.
Nice. How was it? I'm
It
sure it
was
was
a
amazing.
blast. It was a real blast.
Yeah, what were the
Yeah, it was super
highlights?
cool. We played the main stage, one of the early bands, but it was a very giant stage for our first show, which was very
Yeah.
sick. And then we played a pop-up show at 1 a.m. the next day.
Oh,
So we had a really fun, kind of drugged out, loose audience for that one, and that was
Yeah.
a good time as well.
I assume the Florida audience is a little loose anyway, but the 1 a.m. Florida audience has to be a little wild. So
oh yeah.
that's awesome. Did you catch any other sets while you were there? Because honestly, the lineup was pretty stacked.
Yeah, yeah. We checked out Tame Impala,
Of
which was,
course.
I feel like I've seen that band 200 times now. They really hit the circuit, but they're always
Same.
stellar. We caught Pepper. Pepper was great. I know, Deo, you
Nice.
you went and saw a bunch of cool like DJs, right?
Yeah, I saw Fortet and
Oh, hell yeah.
Caribou and just some of my favorite electronic acts, and that was really inspiring.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think I've seen Tame Impala like 10 times at this point, but I have not seen
Yeah.
Fortet or Caribou. Or no, I've seen Caribou. Fortet should be a good show, I'm sure.
Yeah, really
Caribou was
talented
great.
guy.
That's awesome. Well, obviously, I want to talk about this song, but before we really get into it, I'd love a breakdown of you guys. What do you do in the band? And what do you play? And just who are you as people?
Yeah. I'm Christopher Mintz-Plasse, and I play bass in Colorvision. And I'm the band mom as well. I like to annoy them to get mixes in and
Love
get them
it.
on meetings on time. And yeah, that's that.
I'm Nick Chamian. I play guitar, and I just, on that theme, I just try to keep everyone happy. I feel like that's my mind. I want to be the great equalizer of the
Sure,
band.
sure.
I want everyone to be feeling good.
I'm Ryan Dean, and I play the drums in Colorvision, smashing the skins and the metal. And yeah, I just love everybody in this band, and I feel very blessed that I get to play with these guys. And we're just getting started, and it's just feels very exciting. Very excited to see what happens next.
Love it.
And I'm Deyo Braun, and I play guitar and a little bit of synthesizers and electronic programming stuff. And I kind of am the remixer of all of the ideas. So the musical ideas kind of come to me, and I bastardize them.
You also do sing as
And
well in the band.
I
Yeah,
sing,
yeah,
and I write the words and
yeah,
Nice.
do
I mean,
the
like one of the
yeah.
more important parts of the song.
yeah.
Forgot
So,
about that part. Thank you for
yeah,
reminding
that's
me.
all right. I was gonna ask who sings the songs. Obviously, it's a very vocals forward song, and the vocals
Yep.
were just like pristine. I mean, definitely the standout.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So obviously, I did a little bit of research on each of you, just whatever popped up on Google. You've all seen success in other projects or careers or whatever it's been. How did Color Vision come to be? Like, are you guys? I assume you're friends outside the band, but what really spurred it?
Yeah, Chris and I have been playing music together since we were like 17 years old. We kind of like learned how to play our instruments by like jamming together and writing, and we've played in bands forever. I've known Ryan since Ryan and I played in punk bands when we were like 15 years old together.
Damn.
So the first part of the story is really me, Chris, and Ryan coming together and trying to find a person to lock it together. Like Deo was saying, me, Chris, and Ryan have a knack for just writing instrumentals. We'll write these cool, quirky little verse chorus things. And then Deyo takes them and, elevates the whole thing. But the band first started with the three of us, and Deyo came to us in a really cool way. Chris, that was kind of your connect originally.
Yeah, well, we've had trouble finding a singer for a while that like was dedicated to music and wanted to go at it full time.
Yeah.
And we had one guy that was a dear friend of ours that we just had to say goodbye to because it wasn't passionate for him. And then we auditioned a couple dudes and we thought something was working, and then one of them, it just kind of fell apart, and we're like, all right, you know what, let's stop looking for a singer and let's just like send out, we have so many instrumentals, let's just have friends sing on different ones. And we had like 4 different singers singing on 4 different songs, and we're like, we'll do Main Man featuring Sage and Main Man featuring John. And then we sent one to Deyo because we've been friends I'm best friends with Chris's brother, so I've known Deyo for 12 years through Nick, and we were really close, and Deyo's been making music for, probably 15, 16 years. And we're like, oh, let's just send one out to Deyo. And we sent him Reckless, which at the time was called Give Me Back My Pedal Board, and it was just like a 3-piece instrumental.
I didn't know that.
We sent it to him, and we sent all the stems to him, and like 3 weeks later, he sent back this like completely rearranged version of the song. He pulled out keyboards that we had tucked, like you couldn't even hear them in the original song. And he pulled them out, started the song with that, and he sent it to us, and we're like, whoa, this is some heavy shit, like this is real music. And so we kind of were like, the 3 of us were like, this is our guy, this is our dude, but we can't be too thirsty, we got to do this in like an organic way. And, we just kind of like slowly stopped working with other people and sent Reckless around, and people fucking loved it. And next thing you know, we got a band name and we're playing festivals and doing interviews with you.
It's as easy as that. Damn, that's Dave, like, so you're responsible for the whole production on this, or did you guys have outside help, like putting the finishing touches on?
So yeah, it was the kind of thing where they had really well recorded demo versions of all of these amazing instruments, and I took all of that and I just kind of I whittled it down to certain elements, and then I recorded a bunch of just things to accentuate what I was hearing in the track. And the words and the melody came really quickly once I kind of cracked the core of the song, and it just kind of formulated into this story that I had been sort of subconsciously hiding in my memory bank for a long time. And so it unearthed that kind of tragic tale of a romance gone by. And yeah, it was very cathartic to come up with this melody and just kind of see where it brought me, and to look back on this event and have some 2020 hindsight.
Absolutely.
And then we sent it off to our good friend Matt Tuggle, who he is our mixing master, and he just
we lost him.
Dale.
I'll take it. I'll take the handoff.
Sure.
We have kind of like a 5th member for the band, Matt Tuggle, who me and Nick have known for a very long time. And he's an incredible wizard that has worked at Henson, and he's Greg Kirsten's right-hand man right now. And so he's just brilliant, and we're very lucky that we have him. And he records, engineers, mixes everything, and makes it just sound beautiful.
Yeah, between Deyo and Tuggle, it's funny because me, Chris, and Ryan will get together, and Chris is, in his jam space in his backyard, and just kind of like noodle out some ideas and jam and keep it. It's very like, we have these very garagey ideas. And when we lost Deyo, and he's back. But yeah, with Deyo and Tuggle, it's on new sound. I think is just new for everyone. It's new for us as a core. It's new for Deyo, and we're excited. We're excited by the sound of the band.
It's working. I mean, that's another thing is, so you guys played this festival set, and you've got this one release song. What did a set list look like? Are you guys playing unreleased tracks or covers, or what's going on?
Yeah, all of that. We have about 8 songs in the arsenal. When we wrote our next single, Vanity, Chris was actually in LA and we hunkered down in my studio for 3 nights and we banged out like 10 songs. It was really creative and it was flowing really well. And then we threw, just to kind of fill out the set, we threw a couple Deyo originals, some of his solo songs in there. And we had a nice Frank Ocean cover in there as well.
Nice. Which song?
Ivy.
Beautiful. There has to be a video that's floating around, I pray.
Well, I think people are a little too fucked up to be filming. But
Okay.
But that one's pretty hashed out. I feel like we'll definitely play that one more in the future.
Okay. All right. So then here's like the obvious follow-up then. Like we're still, I consider at the beginning of 2022. What is the plan for the rest of the year? I don't know how much you can say, but is there like planned time horizons for more releases and follow-ups, maybe an EP or something like that?
Yeah, we got our next single called Vanity Plates that we just sent off, I believe, today to get mastered, and we're going to put that one out as soon as it's back, probably 3 weeks to a month.
Okay.
You know, we're so new that we just got to keep the momentum going. You know,
Totally.
I feel like we hit a good peak with Reckless, and now we just kind of got to keep pumping out some new tunes. And we got a few more after that. I think we got hopefully a couple more festivals lined up for the rest of the year.
Nice.
But it's really just trying to release and grow the fan base right now.
I'm trying to get better at social media as a group of elder statesmen now. We need to connect with all of the above.
No, I totally understand. People don't realize that you don't just make music and put it out. There's a whole business side and marketing side to it. And that's tough. But
we're working with a really great animator named Lige Morgan, and he's animating all of our songs, and he's providing us some good content. Even though we're across the country, we're able to use some of this really unique artistic vision of Lige. So stay tuned for that.
I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, all right, future songs. This song was a little bit more laid back, but it's got its obvious high points. Are you going to be looking to experiment from something maybe heavier, or is it all sort of the same sounding?
It's all different sounding. I would say every song is going to pretty much, find its way into a slightly different genre. So far, I mean, no song sounds exactly alike. And the BPMs are very different. All of the Venn diagram of our tastes are kind of making a Ouija board of where the actual song ends up laying. No,
I totally understand. That's kind of the hardest part working in a band is, hey, I like this music, but I like this music, and I want to make this, but I don't want to make this. Do you guys kind of find that you mesh in that way, that your personal preferences overlap for the music you're making?
I mean, I think we all generally dig the same stuff. When someone shows someone something, like Deyo showed me a band that I had never heard, and then I immediately wrote a demo based off of what he sent me, and then it was like one of these quick kind of moving things where we, so we inspire each other. There's always disagreements and subtleties, but I think like we're all old enough now and we've been in bands long enough, like we kind of just know how to navigate those types of disagreements better. So just trying to like keep it chill even when there are disagreements, which naturally always come up.
I mean, that's the part of the band.
Yeah.
If there are arguments, you got to be a little worried as to what's going on.
Yeah, then nobody cares. If you're not arguing, then nobody cares.
Exactly, that's true. So, I mean, as far as artists and bands go, what's like the elevator pitch that you would tell someone, hey, if you like these 3 bands, you'll like Colorvision?
That's a Deyo question.
Is that? Damn.
You got the Ouija board Venn diagram. Your imagery is on.
I'm better with the metaphors and not exactly the concrete. I think I would say maybe we all name a different band. I think we could fall into that like Unknown Mortal Orchestra world with some of our future releases.
Mm-hmm. Tame Impala too is one that we, that rock band sound with the track. I think this is like maybe a dodge of your question, but there's no right how our mixer Matt Tuggle described our upcoming release, Vanity Plates. in his approach to mixing, he said, I'm trying to make it sound like a rock band with hip hop samples. And I thought that was just a really cool, like, North Star for the group as a whole, to just kind of like chase that because of this garagey, demo-y thing that me, Chris, and Ryan do. And then this like hip hop, 808s, synthy, like just elevated thing that Deyo brings to it.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a ton of elements we could all pull from, but that is like, in my eyes, kind of the sound that we're going for.
I think that's a great answer. And the reason I say that is because music nowadays is not just rock, or it's not just R&B. Like, in the future of production and just making all kinds of anything, it's never been easier to infuse a little bit of what you enjoy in the music you make. And so it's like these new little niche subgenres are being made on the daily, it feels like. Kind of sounds like that's what you're doing here.
Yep.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Very cool. So now that you've been doing this for quite a while, and it sounds like you've got a lot more to come, is there something along the way of creating that surprised you guys the most? One thing that stood out, like, was not expecting that as you're creating?
I think everyone's always shocked by how much I change the BPM, the tempo. Every time I send it back, they're like, Did you bump this up 24 beats per minute? This is a totally different genre.
Yeah.
And that's probably the biggest
in defense,
shocker.
that song was very slow. So it wasn't like 180 BPMs that you bumped to 240. It was a very slow song.
Very cool.
I think that's true. Like, every time Deyo shows us something, like where we send him a demo and there's a new, we have a bunch of like irons in the fire. There's a tune called Running Out of Time. And like, it's funny just because every time Deyo has shown us something, like, it literally gives me chills because I'm so used to like this little thing. And then it's like, whoa, like, this is a fucking song.
This is us? We did this?
This is us. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So every time, up until this point, it's been like an unexpected, pleasant surprise, you could say.
That's awesome. No,
I think Chris, Nick, and I really like to stretch out a little bit sometimes, and Deyo's style is kind of helping us kind of trim away the fat and kind of get to what the song is. And so sometimes, we'll send him an idea that's a bit more stretched out and open, and when it comes back to us, we're just like, whoa, like there's the song that's hidden in there,
Totally.
So
yeah.
It's
that
always
song
really
that
cool.
song was hitting the gym and slimmed up, man.
Yep.
There you go. You guys had mentioned touring and that you've got some things coming up. Is there anything confirmed that you'd like to shout out? Like any places you might be playing that you can say?
I don't think we can say the next one yet.
We just
no worries.
The lineup isn't announced yet.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be on the East Coast again in probably maybe October or November.
There's also a potential Central Coast thing in late May, but it's Central California
what's happening
coast.
with that, Nick?
I'll fill you guys in after.
Okay.
We could say, I don't know. It's not like we're not saying because we can't say. We're not saying because we don't really know.
Listen, it's not my job to poke and prod for things that we can't say. I know organizers get pretty pissed off about that type of thing. So it's all good. All good.
We're definitely looking to play. We're looking to play.
That's all that matters. You're going to get out there. And I can't wait to see it myself. So let's hope that there's some LA dates out there soon enough.
Definitely.
Okay, I've got a few more questions for you guys at this point. Sort of touched on this, but considering we're still at the beginning of the year, I want to know, are there some lofty goals, things that seem potentially unobtainable, but also within the grasp by the end of this year?
Win a Grammy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I only laugh at that because Ryan's like, we're going to Japan at the end of the year. And Ryan just always has like these things that we're gonna do, and we're like, he's like, we should play Japan, or we should like play Lollapalooza this year, and it's like, yes, we should, Ryan.
I'm all about it. Calling it into being, but
he's
invoking some dreams.
Like
totally.
Halsey will follow me on Instagram, and Ryan will be like, "Dude, get her on a song." It's like, okay, sure, no problem.
Whoa.
That's how
Yeah.
that works. You just send a message. Hey, can you just one verse? It's not even that big of a deal.
We love it. We need it.
Damn. Well, I think the Grammys totally in reach. You got one song, so you're 1 for 1. That's really all you need at this point.
Yeah.
Cool. So, all right. What are you listening to in your free time? Do you find that what you listen to in your free time has an effect on the music that you make, or do you basically try to separate the music that you listen to from what you're making?
I mean, as musicians, for myself, as musicians listening to music, I'm always trying to like, pull something. Like I'm extremely into this band called Animals Leaders right now. It's like 2 8-string guitars and like it's insane, like technical progressive metal. But like I was watching a video of like this guitar player Tosin Abasi instruct like this double thumb technique, and like I just am trying to like employ that technique into like a indie rock song. So there's always something that I'm trying to pull, and Ryan too is always like king of, Ryan's always showing us some new something that he's learned. I don't know. I'm trying to throw it to Ryan there because
I listen to a lot of like kind of African music and Indian music and reggae. I have a really wide spectrum of things I like depending on how I'm feeling. But this morning I spent a couple hours with Jay Dilla, and I was on my kit and I felt like just playing some beats for a while. So I put on some Jay Dilla, and I've kind of been in that zone for a little bit. I listen to a lot of John Coltrane, classic quartet. Just kind of all depending on how I'm feeling, but I'm kind of always just trying to stretch out and expand on the drums. And then I just bring that into the room with the band. And, I try to simplify things a little bit,
Sure.
My practice and my rehearsal with the band is completely separate. Yeah,
but it's smart to listen to really inspiring things and steal from them. It'd be stupid not to. If you hear I've been listening to a bunch of Santana from the '70s, so that shit is so good. So I'd be an idiot not to try to rip something off and put it into a pop song. You know, like that's how you make pop songs unique and cool, is if you're doing something interesting behind it.
Fully agree. Pop itself is such it's the same algorithm over and over and over. Why not implement sounds of the past?
Yep.
Totally. Yeah, I myself have been listening to a lot of DJ mixes of Nicholas Jar.
Oh,
he's probably my favorite DJ, and just listening to what he does with sounds and how he can fit in like a 10-minute violin concerto in the middle of like a heavy house set. It's just like the creativity is really shocking with that guy. And then I always kind of return to like Randy Newman and Paul Simon and Paul McCartney. I feel like those songs just pop into my head, and I'm like, I got to hear this once today. Some song from Ryman Simon or some classic kind of songwritery, crafty tune. So I think those are always finding their ways into the song. So it's like pushing the envelope kind of sonically and in terms of arrangements, but still hunkering the songs down and making sure that they're filling out the real estate properly, you know?
Well, Dan, you guys individually have amazing taste, and I'm not surprised because the music.
We're all listening to the most different things right now. We got one DJ, we got one 8-string metal guitar situation, we got Indian funk over in the corner. It's all over the place. The next song is going to be real interesting.
Yeah, people guessing. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, before I ask you guys this last question, I want to sincerely thank you so much again for taking the time. This has been fantastic conversation. And so basically how I like to wrap these up is I want to know, for the person that is going to discover you guys from this and for the person that's going to listen to your music for the first time, what is an opening message that you'd like to say to them?
Good question.
Ryan?
Give me a second.
I mean, thanks for listening, and listen 80 more times. Put the song on silent and let the Spotify run all night.
Yeah, like listen with open ears and kind of look for all the Easter eggs and the little things that are nuanced in there, because there are a lot of hidden gems in our productions that that will keep you guessing even as you listen for the 80th time, even if it's on silent.
Totally. Unfortunately, Spotify has cracked down on that. I know that.
Oh, good.
But doesn't mean you can't try. So I say go ahead and do it.
Definitely.
Guys, thank you so much again. I am personally invested at this point. I can't wait to see what's next. I'm sure it's going to be a shock to the senses. But yeah, seriously, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to speaking soon.
Thanks, Austin.
Austin, we appreciate
Very
it.
welcome. Take care, and yeah, talk to you later. Bye bye.
See you later.
Thanks,
Bye.
dude.
Thanks, man.